Alright, so a few rules for when we're dealing with log equations. Okay, you have to have the same base across the whole thing. Okay, you can't have log to the base 3 equals log to the base 5. You're not going to be able to do anything with that. So you've got to get the same base. And if that means using your change of base law, great. If no base is given, if you're just given log, so like this, if you're just given log, okay, you're assuming it's the same for all bases. Okay, so that just means you don't need a base. If log to the base a of b equals log to the base a of c, then you can say that b is equal to c. That's really important. As long as you've got log to the same base on this side and log to the same base on this side, you can say that their values are equal. And you can't find the log of a negative number. So you can't get log to the base 2 of minus 9. It's undefined, you can't get it. Okay? So if you get an answer and you put it back in and it gives you the log of a minus number, you have to cancel out that answer. It's not a solution. So will we do an example? Can I get rid of the board? Okay, solve 2 log to the base 3 of x minus log to the base 3 of 18 minus x equals 1. Ideally, you're looking to have just one log on the left and one log on the right. Okay? Now you're not going to move from the left to the right, you're just going to work on this left-hand side here to get it to be one log. Okay? So, log of something. That 2 is there. Where would it have come from? Great, so let's change that. Log to the base 3 of x squared minus log to the base 3 of 18 minus x equals 1. Now, my bases are the same and I'm minusing, so what do? Divide. Log to the base 3 of x squared over 18 minus x. Absolutely. So, in this scenario, you can either leave it as 1 if you want, or you can change it to. Now, what's going to give me 1? And I'm dealing with a base of 3. Log to the base 3 of 3. Absolutely. You can change that if you want. I'm going to just leave it as 1 for the minute. Okay? But you can make it log to the base 3 of 3. And then I'd have a log to the base 3 on this side and a log to the base 3 on this side. Instead, I'm actually just going to use the very first thing we learnt. There's my base, there's my power, there's my value. Okay? So, 3 to the power of 1 is x squared over 18 minus x. I'm just going to do an OR here because you might like to do it the other way.
You do that to isolate the x?
Yeah, you're doing that because you're not going to be able to solve anything with logs in it. Okay? So in order to get rid of the logs, you're going to go back to index form. 3 to the power 1 is this. Now another way you could do it is log to the base 3 of x squared over 18 minus x equals exactly what Grace said there. Change 1. 1 is log to the base 3 of 3. Now I have log to the base 3 of this equals log to the base 3 of this. So what can I say? My bases and my logs are the same, so they're equal. X squared over 18 minus x equals 3. Same thing. It's totally up to you what way you do it. From here, let's solve this. What do we do? Cross multiply. Bring that up. Yeah.
I thought that anything that was changed, like log to the base of 3, I thought they were always equal to 1.
1. They are. It was 1. Instead of the 1, I said log to the base 3 of 3. Yeah. Oh. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Do you see the log to the base 3 here and the log to the base 3 here?
Yeah.
that means my values are equal to each other. It's not that log to the base 3 of 3 is 1. That's not what's happening here. Okay, what's happening here is I've got a log to the base 3 on this side and a log to the base 3 on this side, so I can say these two are equal. Okay? What do I have here? Quadratic. Okay, x squared plus 3x minus 54 equals 0. You can either do the factorize or minus b. So x is 6 and x is minus 9. Now, back up you go to the question. Here is log to the base 3 of x. If x is minus 9, I get log to the base 3 of minus 9. Can you have the log of a minus number? No. So immediately that's gone. Okay, and a little note to yourself if you want, can't have the log of a minus number. Are there any issues with that question? Okay, we'll do another. Yeah, it's the exact same way then underneath that bit on the right. Yeah. Can I get rid of the board? Yeah. Okay. Example 2. Solve log to the base 3 of x plus 3 log to the base x of 3 equals 4. What's the problem? The bases are not the same, exactly. So, I'm going to change them to be a base of x just because. Okay, so this I'm going to change to be just a little note to yourself. We're going to do the change of base. Now, remember that law? I gave you words, didn't I? So changing this, it's going to be log new base old value over log new base old base. And I'm just going to continue on here. I can. Okay. Log new base old value over log new base old base. Is that right?
Yeah, thank you. I had to figure that out.
Okay, what's log to the base x of x? 1. So that's 1 over log to the base x of 3 plus 3 times log to the base x of 3 equals 4. Looking at that, what's it look like? Well, it's hard to see what it looks like because there's something underneath. That 3 could come up. It could, but it's not going to help me. The problem with this is, how did I solve the last one? Quadratics. How do I make this a quadratic? Bring this over here. I can do that. I could, but it probably won't help me. And no, because I don't have a power, so I can't. Could I do this? Obviously I could, because I'm telling you. Let y equal this thing. So what I get is 1 over y plus 3y equals 4. I can always just substitute in, as long as at the end I go back.
You missed this side, but you wanted to read.
Yeah. Now here, what am I going to do? Okay, bring the 4 over, and then I still have a y on the bottom line, so what do I do? Multiply everything by? Excellent, so that's going to be 1 plus 3y squared minus 4y equals 0 if I bring him over. 3y squared minus 4y plus 1 is 0. Factorize or minus b. You okay with that? Because I have a y on the bottom line. If I had a 6 on the bottom line, I'd multiply everything by 6. Okay, so my factors, 3y minus 1 and y minus 1 is 0. So that's just factorising minus b. Split your page. 3y is 1. So y is a third or y is 1. Yeah. If you just throw it into your calculator with minus b, these will be your two answers. Now, they didn't ask me what y is. They want what x is. So go back here. You said y is this thing. Log to the base x of 3 is a third. And log to the base x of 3 is 1. So from here, we need to go back to index form. X to the power of a third is 3. And x to the power of 1 is 3. Now, x to the power of a third is the cubed root of x, isn't it? So how would I get what x is? Cube everything. If it was the square root of x, wouldn't I square both sides? I'm cubing both sides here. So x is 3 cubed. So x is 27 or x is 3. Now if I put 27 in either of those, I'm fine. And if I put 3 in either of those, I'm fine. Because I don't get the log of a minus number. Alright?